actually got some big breaking news from them today as well. The Buffalo Bills finished 13-3 last year, finishing 13-4 this year, according to my prediction. That big breaking news I was talking about, they just extended Josh Allen, 6-year deal, $140+ million guaranteed, huge contract. Obviously, he was a dark horse MVP candidate. If Aaron Rodgers didn't exist, he'd probably be it. But what do you think about them buying into the potential of Josh Allen for at least the next 6 years?
I was on the hype train last year. Obviously, being a Patriots fan, couldn't care. I like Josh Allen. I think he's a good quarterback. I know I was saying last year, I will say that Josh Allen is elite if X, Y, and Z happen. It happened. Josh Allen is an elite quarterback, guys. He earned every single cent of that contract extension. Now, we'll see what he does with said incentives now being played out for the next 6 years, but they have a really, really good team around them. They have a team that can beat the Kansas City Chiefs in this conference. They have the team that will beat the Kansas City Chiefs in this conference this year.
Oh, did we get that take? You're saying the Buffalo Bills are going to the Super Bowl this year?
I don't necessarily think they're going to the Super Bowl.
Well, okay. Walking it back.
No walking back. No walking back. I think that if at any stage in the playoffs, the Bills will beat the Chiefs. I don't necessarily think it's going to be in the AFC Championship game. I think that if things play out, they might meet somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I mean, if they meet in the AFC Championship game, then yes, the Buffalo Bills are going to the Super Bowl.
I think one of the most impressive things about the Bills' ascension, and certainly Josh Allen becoming an MVP candidate, is just the continuous growth. The fact that he came in, one of the biggest things people had against him was his completion percentage. He's fixed that. The guy was over there throwing 70% last year, is one of the most athletic, dynamic runners as well. And I mean, just so much zip. I think one of the most brutal games for me to watch last year was that Monday Night Football game against the Niners. And he just looks so much better than everyone on the field. The kid's good. And you can only think he could get better. I guess it's harder to get better than statistically the best season in Buffalo Bills history at the quarterback position.
True.
Franchise that had Jim Kelly for multiple years, who was elite in his own respect, a Hall of Famer. It definitely does stick out that the Buffalo Bills have gotten to this point. I think one of the big things, though, that was concerning is their defense did take a step back. McDermott, one of the biggest things that he puts himself out there is a defensive guy. I think one of the biggest keys for them beating a Kansas City Chiefs is being able to stop Patrick Mahomes, because they weren't able to do that in last year's AFC Championship game. There was no one that was stopping the Chiefs offense that day. And after a certain point, Josh Allen wasn't going to get him back into that contest. So if their defense can get back to the point where they were a couple years ago, that's what's going to make or break this team's season.
Heard. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I look at that AFC Championship game last year and I just see a team that has been there and a team that has not. And I think that you're going to start seeing a team that is eventually going to be there consistently. And I think that's the Bills can do that. They are going to do that. But you're right. In order for them to be able to do that, they need to go out. They need to make better defensive signings. The offensive side of the ball is lights out. They could probably stand to maybe get another running back. I mean, obviously, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary were not as effective as that 1-2 punch last year as people may thought that they were going to be. That could be different this year. But I like Sean McDermott. He's a really good coach, and he's been building a really good team. I mean, obviously it's a far cry from the 9-17 that, made the wild card and what was it, 2017?
Exactly. When he got panned for putting out there Nathan Peterman over Tyrod Taylor. I wonder if the fact that Josh Allen has become so good, it will at least let him live that one down.
Yeah, I mean, I would sure hope so. I would like to see him take that game and put it into every single play that he calls. You know what I mean? I would think that he does that already, but I digress.
Yeah, that was Hall of Fame bad. What do you think about that performance? 5 interceptions, and then a couple of them I think got returned for touchdowns.
Oh my God.
The fact that Nathan Peterman has more pick sixes in his career than actual touchdown passes in his career, and yet apparently coaches still love him because he's still out there with the Raiders. Somehow, John.
He's probably on some journeyman stint, doing research, and
eventually we're going to see offensive coordinator Nathan Peterman gets a job, and I think that's going to be one of the things that is oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. That plays.
We've seen that happen with former journeyman QBs that don't really work out anywhere, and they come in. Who is it? Kellen Moore with Dallas.
Jason Garrett.
Also Jason Garrett. Yeah, that's also a very good one. But